Okay, students, in this session, we shall look into the Karnataka CET questions, 2020 paper. First, we shall look into the questions from the chapter Electric Charges and Fields. First question: a point charge Q is placed at the corner of a cube of side A. What is the electric flux through the phase ABCD? So you have a cube. The length of each side of the cube is A. Now the question is, what is the electric flux through the phase ABCD if a charge Q is placed at the one of the corners of the cube? So in fact, you know that when the charge is within the surface, inside the surface, there will be no electric field and hence no electric flux. So since no electric field lines passes through the cube, no question of electric flux arises. What is electric flux? The number of electric lines of force passing normally through a surface. Since no electric lines of force passes through the surface, electric flux through the phase ABCD would be 0. In fact, from Gauss theorem, it is 1 by epsilon naught times Q. But since no electric lines of force passes through the cube, flux is 0. That is choice A. Then, second question. When a soap bubble is charged, what happens? The given choices are: its radius increases, its radius decreases, the radius remains same, the radius may increase or decrease. We shall assume a soap bubble. We shall think it is positively charged. See, there will be force of mutual repulsion between the charges. Because of the mutual repulsion between the charges, the soap bubble will be dragged on all the sides. Hence, the radius of the soap bubble increases. So, it should be the choice A. See, remember, it may be positively charged or negatively charged. In either case, the radius of the soap bubble increases. Then, next question. The electric lines of force on the left have twice the separation on those on the right as shown in the figure. If the magnitude of field at A is 40 volt per meter, what is the force on 20 microcoulomb charge kept at B? See, the electric lines of force here have a separation twice compared to the electric lines of force here. So the electric lines of force on the left are separated by twice the distance of separation between the electric lines of force at A. So now what is the impact of separation? See, closer the electric lines of force, greater will be the electric intensity. So you can say the magnitude of electric field at B is half the magnitude of electric field at A, because the electric lines of force at A are closer. So the electric intensity or electric field intensity is more at A compared to B. How many times? 2 times. So electric intensity at B is half that at A. So at A it is said to be 40 voltmeter. So it will be at B 20 voltmeter. Now, from the knowledge of the definition of electric intensity, we know that force is given by electric intensity into charge. So, when a charge of 20 microcoulomb is kept at B, force experienced by it is electric field at B multiplied by the charge. 20 voltmeter in volt per meter into charge is 20 microcoulomb. So, it will be 400 into 10 raised to minus 6 or 4 into 10 raised to minus 4. You have been asked to calculate force, it should be Newton. Of course, here you have the choice 4 into 10 raised to minus 4. But remember, it has been given in volt per meter. So none of the choices are correct amongst the given choices. So it should be a grace marks. There should be a grace marks given to this question. Next one. An infinitely long thin straight wire has uniform charge density of 1 by 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 per centimeter. What is the magnitude of electric field at a distance 20 centimeter from the axis of the wire? Students, if you remember, we had learnt about the applications of Gauss law, and the first application was the electric field at a point due to a charged uniform straight wire, infinite charged wire. So here also the case of infinitely long thin straight wire, it has a charge density of 1 by 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 per centimeter. We had represented the linear charge density as lambda. So lambda is 1 by 4 into 10 raised to minus 2. What is the magnitude of electric field at a distance 20 centimeter? We have called the distance as r from the axis of the wire. We know that the electric intensity or electric field at a point near a long infinitely charged wire is 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into lambda by r. But what is 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught? It is 2 times 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. We know the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. So 2 times 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into lambda is 1 by 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by 20 centimeter. Converting into meter, 20 into 10 raised to minus 2. 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 2 gets cancelled. So in the numerator, you have 9 2s are 18. 18. In the denominator, you have 24s are 80. Or you have minus 2 here. If you make it as minus 1, then this becomes 2. So this will be 9 2s are 18 by 8 with respect to the power. You can think like this. 9 2s are 18 by 8 into 9 minus 2 is 7, and 1 in the denominator goes to the numerator to become plus 1, so it becomes 8. So 18 by 8. 18 by 8 is 2.25. 2.25 into 10 raised to 8 Newton per Coulomb. So it should be the choice C. Then the next one, a dipole of moment P and moment of inertia I is placed in a uniform electric field E if it is displaced slightly from its stable equilibrium position. The period of oscillation of the dipole is. So when you place a dipole in a uniform electric field, you know that it experiences a torque. When it is being displaced slightly by applying some external force, it starts oscillating because two forces will be acting on it. One is the applied external force and the force due to the electric field. So the dipole starts oscillating. Now the question is, with the given data, calculate the period of oscillation. Later on in magnetism, you will learn that when a magnet is placed in a magnetic field, the period of oscillation of the magnet would be 2 pi into root of I by m, where m is m into b. See there, for magnet you would write it as the period of oscillation as t is 2 pi into root of I by mb. So there t is period of oscillation, I is moment of inertia of the magnet. Here the moment of inertia of the dipole is given as I. M is the magnetic dipole moment. Here the electric dipole moment is P. B is the magnetic field, E is the electric field. So from that analogy, see, remember, even a magnet is a dipole. That's magnetic dipole. Here we are speaking of electric dipole. That's all. Therefore, the same expression but changed in M is P, that is electric dipole moment. B is electric field E. So it should be T is 2 pi into root of I by P into E. So it should be solution B. So students, remember, you'll have to take analogies in many situations that will help you in working out fast. Then, so these are the questions from electric field, electric charges and field chapter that have appeared in the CET 2020.